Ah, warrior, I hope your business is satisfactory.
Do you craft armor too?
Rarely. A good set of armor simply takes too long. Besides, the right metal is usually very scarce.
So, you have forged armor.
I once crafted a suit of armor from gleaming moon silver, the only one ever made by a human hand. Day after day, Sundra and I stood sweating over the forge. We used all our skill and knowledge to craft that armor. It was intended for the greatest warrior the human realms have ever seen.
What became of that armor?
Amra wore it when he set forth to look for Lea. What became of him? I don't know. He never returned from his journey. My old apprentice, Sunder, looked quite a while for Amra, but all in vain. He now has a forge in Leanon. If you should find him, bring him my greetings.
Can you forge a good weapon?
I could make you a weapon you've never even dared to dream of, warrior. But for that, I need material that is more precious than a kingdom.
What are you talking about?
Among the undead in the south of the Windwall Mountains, there are some individuals of such evil that their rotten souls have turned to stone. These stones contain a great, unholy power. Bring me the 5 soul stones, and you will receive a weapon the likes of which you have never seen before.
Greetings from Ortong.
Thank you, but that's not why you're here, right?
I'm looking for Amra's armor. Ortong sent me to you.
Amra is gone. Lea is gone. Only the gods know what has become of him. Amra was a warrior, short-tempered, but his heart was in the right place. And Lea was the loveliest creature the world has ever seen. The two of them would have made a lovely couple, but then Lea went away with some fellow in disguise, and Amra was never the same again. Raged and howled all day. Finally, he ordered us to forge this armor that neither a sword nor magic can penetrate. When it was finally finished, he left to bring Lea back. He never returned. This disguised fellow must have slain him and then run off with Lea. Poor Shan. She's been worried to death over her sister ever since.
Shan Muyir is Lea's sister?
That she is. Go and ask her yourself if you don't believe me.
So you're back?
You were Lea's sister?
Yes. May the gods protect her wherever she is, and her beloved as well, even though their love brought nothing but misfortune to our house. You should know that Amra once hired on as a mercenary for my father. At that time, my sister Lea fell in love with him, and would certainly have become his wife had a wealthy mage not already asked for her hand. And so my father sent Amra away. Lea gave him a sign of her favor, her most precious possession, the pledge of the gods. A golden ring, which she had once received from the hand of the goddess Elen herself. Then the mage came and took Lea with him, and that was the last we heard from her. But one day the mage returned, raging with fury. He killed my father and destroyed our home. I never found out exactly what happened back then, but you aren't the only one interested in the history of the House of Muir. For days, there have been strange creatures lingering about the ruins of our house. They seem to be looking for something there.
Perhaps they're looking for Amra's armor. I'll have a look myself. Where exactly will I find your house?
Take the road to the east after the North Bridge, then you'll come right to it, but all that's left of it is a ruin. There is nothing to be found there.
Someone seems to have a different opinion. On my command,
The rune's orders? Attack!
We must drive them back!
We must drive them back!
Hold on, man!
Hold on, men! Reinforce the defensive!
They're everywhere! Back! We must drive them back!
Yes. Quickly now.
Ah, an adventurer. I hope you're not one of the long-fingered variety. Otherwise, you'll soon kiss those fingers goodbye. Do you hear?
What goods do you sell?
I trade with things far beyond your imagination, let alone your budget. You'd better just move on.
I believe I ran across some of your people.
People? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the scum that was rummaging through the ruins of the House of Muir. They had this letter with them.
You must excuse me. Good people are always hard to find. Of course, I will see to it they are severely punished.
That's already been taken care of. They made one mistake they will never make again.
Well, then justice has been served. They weren't much good anyway. Now please excuse me, I have to.
Not so hasty, my friend. What were your people looking for? After all, they were there on your orders.
Oh, nothing at all. An old story.
You're looking for Amra's armor, aren't you?
You know about the armor? Well, Good. Let's talk. But not here. The town has many ears. Meet me at the Wildland Pass. I followed Amra's traces to there.
Good. I'll be there.
Ah, come in, friend. I'm glad you made it.
What exactly are we doing here?
You are searching for Lea and Amra, aren't you?
What do you know about them? We will find a clue here?
You're too curious, young friend. Find. What you will find here is your end. Get him, men!
There's too many of them. We are in danger. The servants of darkness are upon us. Sisters, defend yourselves. There's too many of them.
On my command.
I can explain that.
What are we talking about at the moment?
Please, you wouldn't kill an unarmed man, would you? Have mercy in the name of all the gods that are sacred to us.
No gods are sacred to me. Come on, speak up. What do you know? Why did you want to put me out of the way?
I don't know. I swear it.
One more lie, merchant, and I'll send you down to the River of Souls.
The only thing I know is that there is a gravesite in Whisper, they say. Lea is buried there. The key to Amra's armor is in that gravesite. I have often sent men there, but none of them has ever returned. And now my last men are dead as well. This is my end.
No, this is the beginning of honest work. Return to your merchandise, Centos. Amra's armor was forged for warriors, not for tradesmen.
I have no other choice. Farewell, warrior. May you have better luck on your quest.
What are your orders?
For the elves.
Yes, let's go. Follow me.
What are your orders?
There's too many of them.
What are your bows?
Yes, now. Let's go.
Your orders? Elend's blessing.
Yes. Follow me.
Ah, so you're back.
I have here a letter and a jewel from Lea.
Oh, Lea. Yes, this gem belonged to her. I gave it to her as a wedding present. Please, let me see what is in the letter. My dear sister, I am writing to you now that I have reached the end of my path. My husband desires neither me nor the wealth of our house. The pledge of the gods was the only thing that he lusted after, so he could use it for his magical works. I only hope Amra is gone and riding like the wind, so my husband will never find him, for his wrath is enormous. When he discovered I had given the pledge away, he tortured me and tried to use his dark powers to get me to reveal its hiding place. His parting gift was a dark curse which is slowly destroying me. In this, my final hour, I hope that you may be spared the fury of my husband. And should you ever receive this letter, then warn Amra. Send a message to Tyrgar. Old comrades in arms can always find one another. After all, who knows when my husband will track him down? May he have a better fate than mine.
Tyrgar.
Tirgar the fisherman was one of Amra's comrades in arms. They were inseparable, warriors and mercenaries. There was even a dark elf among them. Ask Tirgar if you want to know more about Amra. I will now devote myself to the memory of my sister.
Welcome back.
You were once Amra's comrade in arms?
Old times, old wounds. We should leave it at that. Today I'm just a fisherman.
What became of Amra? Did he ever find Lea?
I don't know. Back then he was like a man gone mad. We all warned him, told him the magician was too powerful, but he refused to listen to us.
Did you have an argument?
Yes. Most of us remained here. Only Craig, the dark elf, went with him. They went off to the Darklands and disappeared. But as far as I know, Craig is still alive. I heard he had gone back to the east, to the land of the Dark Elves beyond the Wildland Pass. If anyone knows what became of Amra, then he does. Good luck on your quest. I must go back to mending my nets now. Welcome back. Rune Warrior?
You were once a comrade in arms of Amra?
You know too much for a simple warrior.
Tirgar told me you had accompanied Amra right to the end.
That I did. I was only unable to stand by him in his final battle. We were looking for Lea everywhere and finally found a clue that led us to the Darklands. For weeks on end, we wandered about in the wasteland. Amra was like a raging madman. Neither thirst nor the armies of the undead could stop him. But we found only dust and death. Until one evening we reached an unholy place. The wind sang a dirge through the rocks, and an old fortress was enthroned above the land. There, he finally found us.
Lea's husband?
Yes, a magician with a dark hood, a man of incredible power. He floated down from the sky, swept us aside like straws in the wind. Drooling with greed, he demanded the pledge of the gods from Amra, that disastrous ring. I saw Amra rise up, and how, defying the sorcery, he walked up to the magician. Then a lightning stroke knocked me unconscious. When I woke up, I found Amra dead beside me. The pledge of the gods had disappeared. I buried his body at that place, along with his weapons and his armor, as befits a warrior. All because of a useless ring.
Useless? The pledge of the gods must have had incredibly great power.
No! It was just a simple pewter ring. Sometimes people's faith is stronger than any magic, do you understand? The people simply wanted to believe that Lea was blessed. They themselves created that legend with their own imagination. And the pledge of the gods was nothing more than a worthless piece of metal, and a mirror for the greed and stupidity of the people. For the gods give no pledges to mere mortals.
Let's get started.
Here, now. Quickly now. For freedom.
The ancestors call us. Eagerly love. The ancestors call us. That was your last mistake. My axe is getting impatient. The ancestors call us. Raring to go! Finally, the battle begins! Ready for anything! Dwarves, move out! It's a trap! The ancestors call us! That was your last mistake! Here I am! Some and yet some! More! It's a trap!